at 3 o'clock, and we want everybody to come. It's a free for all, if you want to call it that. And people will be bussed in, but of course the parking facilities are there because we want all of Barbados on board. We don't mind if it blocks the road a little bit, although we know that we don't want to cause any challenges. But we want Barbadians to come together, and thank God we're going through a rough patch in our history, in our economy and so on. We are seeing what's happening in the rest of the world, but we know that Almighty God is still on his throne, and he can bring us through.
And I understand you want people to get there early if they're coming to
yes, we want them to get to come early because it's a multi-faith service, really. And we have the Baha'is, the Jewish fraternity, the Christian fraternity, the Muslims, the Hindus. Everybody is coming together, and I think that that speaks volumes of the kind of unity that we have in Barbados and how we can come together as a people to make sure that we celebrate our mercies.
And the priest in charge of the event will be?
The priest in charge of the event is Reverend Dr. Nigel Taylor. He has been with it, and a team of individuals have been planning meticulously with the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs to ensure that all Barbadians come out to do the celebration. He had been doing it before, and then government took over quite a few years ago, and now they're still on board making sure that the gospel is preached and we reach all generations. Our people need to get back to God. Those who've left and those who are still there need to be reinforced. And so we are asking, because we have a great package available. We've got 2 choirs that will be singing in the interlude. Of course, the Royal Barbados Police Band, the best in this hemisphere. Indeed. They too will be a part of it. The Royal Diadems Choir will sing in the body of it. And particularly because this is the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs, we've got an elder who is doing the intercessionary prayer from the geriatric hospital. We have 2 students from the Anhill School. One will be signing, a child who is blind will be saying the national pledge, while the other child will be signing so that the rest of the community can be able to be a part of it. And this project is not a project of the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs alone, but it includes many other ministries that have come on board to help us, because at the end of the day, it's that one Barbados that we are promoting. I want to thank not only the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs staff, they have worked assiduously, but I want to thank all the others, the Royal Barbados Police Force, I want to thank the Defense Force, I want to thank all the other ministries and individuals and the church groups and the faith groups, because at the end of the day, we are one people, one Barbados. And I want to thank all of them sincerely for all that they have done and all that we will do in our celebration that will lead in 3 o'clock on Sunday evening, but we ask people to be seated by 2:30 so that it's a smooth transition and that everybody leaves there feeling empowered to want to say thank God for the mercies.
Well, the Ministry of Tourism and International Transport intends to conduct more branding of Barbados and Barbadian products. Minister Kerry Simmons told tourism players such a move will add to the island's tourism product. He says Barbados has been able to attract visitors because of certain inherent qualities of the destination.
I asked you, just think it through. I mean, how often are we seeing genuine Barbadian branding taking place? I invite you to tell me if you've ever been, for example, to the Harrison's Cave and left holding a miniature stalactite or stalagmite, or been on any hike and seen anybody selling you a green monkey teddy bear or anything like that. There's a lot more that we can do to brand the country. And that is one of the ways forward, which helps you obviously to raise the necessary revenue that we have to be able to raise.
Now, Minister Simmons was speaking during the 31st annual general meeting of the Tourism Development Corporation at the Accra Beach Hotel. He revealed government will be relying on the revenue from the recently introduced airport departure taxes to create the platform for the marketing thrust of Destination Barbados. The two new CARICOM Youth Ambassadors for Barbados who will serve until 2020 have been chosen. They are Tershatha, Jeffrey, and Chad Monerville. The alternate ambassadors are Ade O'Neill and Nia Brathwaite. Youth Minister Adrian Ford made the announcement at a press conference earlier today, witnessed by relatives. He says there was an overwhelming response to the ambassador program this year.
This year, the ministry saw a record high of 37 applicants applying for the prestigious position of CARICOM Youth Ambassador, and was very excited about the skills, knowledge, and commitment shown by all the applicants.
Speaking on behalf of his colleague and himself, Ambassador Chad Monerville says they intend to be positive role models and promote regional integration through all aspects of their work.
As CARICOM Youth Ambassadors, we commit to engaging, educating, and empowering young CARICOM citizens with the hope of a more sustainable future. By the end of our tenure, it is our intent that Barbadian youth will see CARICOM as not some highfalutin distant idea, but rather a lived experience that provides them with numerous opportunities across the region.
Barbados and Guyana have committed to working together in areas beneficial to both countries. The island's minister in the Ministry of Foreign Trade, Sandra Husbands, has held talks with Guyana's Minister of Education, Dr. Nicolette Henry, on possible areas of cooperation that would be mutually beneficial to both parties. Minister Husbands was accompanied by Barbados' ambassador to CARICOM, David Commichon, and the Director of Foreign Trade, Kay Seeley. During the meeting, Ms. Husbands stated that the two should work together to ensure, among other things, that the school system in both countries are producing critical thinkers. She says she sees this as necessary if young people across the Caribbean are to function effectively in the global space that is constantly evolving. The Guyanese education minister informed the Barbadian delegation that her country is in the process of reforming its curriculum to cater to modern and futuristic approaches to teaching. The two ministers have committed to meeting again as they look ahead to better cooperation and collaboration.
So when the name Bures is mentioned, many people automatically think of Guyana. However, we found not one, but two communities here in St. James that bear the same name.
There are different accounts as to how these two communities, situated just north of its village, got their names. 71-year-old Reginald Best, who has been living in Bures number 1 for over 40 years, shared his version with us.
It was Fitz's land, F-A-T-T-Z or F-A-T-T-S or whatever you can. It was that first. But then the man come back from England. I tell the people when they lay it out in spots, because spots things they wait and so on. I tell the people, name it Bures number 1 and Bures number 2. And that's just what, so that will get you there. But it's supposed to be Fitz's land.
We also spoke with his adopted son, Timothy Jemmett, who grew up in the area. Tim now lives in the USA, but was here on holiday.
The rain has come through here, and the Bures River in Guyana, Escriba and Bures, the water used to come through here so heavy that they decided to call it Bures number 1, or Bures from the Bures River, you know what I mean? And whenever, like every 2-3 times a year when the hurricane season come around, you would get a gush of water coming down around here. It used to be a waterway in the back behind these houses, but then people built houses in different places, and then the waterway decided to come down on the main street. I don't know where it is now, because I don't live here anymore, but I would imagine it's probably still somewhere around the true way for the water. Just come right down through here.
Residents say the community of Bures has changed a lot over the years.
In the small, you could go on the beach. Moses come in, launches, I think you pull up the boats on the beach, and fisherman give you a fish and thing. Take off your shirt, chili fish in your shirt, and you carry home. No more, that is no more walking out over here. Yeah, man. But basically, it's quiet now.
Bures is also the name of a region in Guyana, but I didn't meet any of those nationals here to see if I could get them to compare the areas. While making our way out of the community, I met Rick and his goat Crick. So we left Bures and headed north to Crick Hill.
If you look up the word crick in the dictionary, C-R-I-C-K, you will see that it means a sudden pain in the neck or the back. However, from speaking to residents here, they say walking this hill is the most painful experience of their lives.
Despite what is shown on maps, we were told Crick Hill only refers to a few meters of road along this stretch. The hill connects the communities of Western, Upper Crick Hill, Upper Mount Stanford and Westmoreland. Joseph King passes through the hill daily to reach his Upper Mount Stanford home.
Going up this hill can be very painful. That's my good name. When it's tired, it's very painful, so it got a good name for the hill of itself.
How long would you say it takes to walk over the hill?
From the bottom, it takes 15 minutes from the bus terminal bus stop up.
He says the area is quiet, but many prefer to walk despite a better bus service.
Great improvement for the past 10 years since the bus are coming to us, and 48 years since the bus are coming through, the Auburn bus. Great improvement.
And many school children also make the journey uphill.
And how do you manage with this heavy bag?
Just keep walking.
Just keep walking.
Or sometimes stop.
But that walk can be very dangerous. Lorna Phillips, who lives in the heart of the hill, says it has been the site of several accidents over the years.
The cars, because the road, when it comes down and it wet, the slide. Every minute, slide.
Anderson Phillips, who spoke to us off camera, has lived there for over 50 years. He told us how the hill got the name.
In those times, all who have the money have the parish. Like Taylors, Manning, Cricks. Anybody that have the money will get the title of the land.
And Alston Chase added a bit more.
Houses up there that used to belong to the Cricks, and I know there was a girl, a teacher, Miss Crick. I think she is well known to everybody in this area because she was our head teacher. There's some other Cricks that we don't know, that I don't know as well.
We searched for a Crick house and found it tucked away behind some trees, unoccupied.
So there you have it, Crick Hill and Bures, two little known communities in the parish of St. James.